Hi, I'm Jason, and this is my gear closet. Today I thought it'd be kind of fun to look through some of the stuff that I have. Like many of us, I've pared down my equipment over the years. I started out with a lot more stuff, and now I've kind of got it a little bit more down to a science. So I thought it'd be fun just to kind of see some of the things that I have. So let's take a look. Okay, up here I've got my snowshoes. These are Tugs Altitude 25s. They don't make these anymore, but they're great snowshoes. I've done another post about the crampons that are placed here with the Viper crampons, which are much better because they're stainless steel. So I've had those for quite a while, and they've done me well. I've got a ridge rest here for winter camping, full length. Over here I've got my Kelty Lightyear 25, which is a bag that I used to use for 3-season use. Now my fiance uses it. And here's her pillow, which was actually sent to me by another forum member, and that's homemade. I've got a Western Mountaineering Summer Light here. This is now my new 3-season bag. And over here is my Marmot Never Summer 0-degree bag, and this is my winter bag, obviously. Up here I've got my beloved Big Agnes Seed House SL2 tent. Again, this is what I usually use when I go camping with my fiance. I also use it as a solo shelter. I've got an Orvis fishing net here, catch and release fly fishing net. This whole column here is all fly tying material. So I've got bucktail, different kinds of feathers, synthetic materials, everything you can imagine. Just a lot of fly tying materials that I've collected over the years. And here is my insole mat. This is a 3/4 length, non-insulated insole mat. And I usually use this when I really want a lot of comfort. It's only 14 ounces, so it's pretty light, but I've got 2.5 inches of loft, so it's really, really comfortable. It's almost like sleeping on my bed at home. Over here, I've got some more fly tying tools and materials. So as you can see, my closet is kind of mixed between fishing and backpacking, and as you'll see later, some other sports. I've got a Tilly hat here, and then a Army surplus hat, which I like to use. My REI flash, which I use for summiting, and also as a multi-purpose item for a dry bag for my sleeping bag, things like that. Over here, I've got about, I don't know, $15,000 worth of fly rods. Everything from Orvis to Sage to Powell to Thomas & Thomas, even some 7-piece Cabela's stowaway rods that I usually take when I go fly fishing. Of course, I don't carry this whole case, I just carry this on the outside of my pack. But they're great for backpacking. Super light, really cheap, they're about $99 and perfect for backpacking. Here I've got my REI Tried and True Half Dome 2 tent. This was probably the first real backpacking tent I got, and it's just a great tent. You know, it's kind of big and bulky, but for 2 people it's really, really comfortable. It kind of beats the SL2 when it comes to comfort. Got my Leaky Makalu Tour trekking poles. Here's a backpack that's designed for picnics. So it's one of those ones that's got all the different glasses and plates and forks and things like that in it. It's kind of convenient for day hikes, things like that. This is my Sims fly fishing vest. As you can see, it's decked out with all the latest gadgets, so I use for fly fishing. And here are my packs. So I've got a Go Light Jam, the old school one, not the new one. Mountain Smith Ghost, of course. A lot of you know that I love my Mountain Smith Ghost. I've got one of the original ULA P2 backpacks. I normally carry this for winter backpacking and camping, so this has the capacity I need for that. Behind here I've got a REI Light Core sleeping pad. And let's see, the drawers. So I've got a bunch of plastic drawers here. Why don't we start at the top? This is kind of my basic junk drawer, maybe like you have in your kitchen or something. I've got all kinds of little stuff in here, everything from Fisher Space Pens to all different kinds of folding titanium sporks, and my first aid kit and gear repair kit, Spyderco Delica 4. I actually have 2 of these. One is the halves rated, one's the plain edge. Princeton Tech EOS headlamp, emergency whistle, compass. I've just got all kinds of stuff in here. And this is usually what I go to first when I want to pack a small bag for my accessories and things like that. I've got carabiners and stuff like that. Next drawer is tent stakes, kind of hardware. So I've got a bunch of different tent stakes, everything from titanium shepherd hooks to V-stakes, aluminum V-stakes, titanium V-stakes. I've got snow stakes in here. And I've also got a funnel for filtering fuel. Just some guy line, things like that. I've got a SOG Seal Pup Elite. I don't know why I have this, I never use it, but it comes in handy for Survivor Stud videos. So, and then Snow Peak Gigapower stove, some pot grippers, windscreens, things like that. Next drawer is hydration. So in here I've got all different kinds of components for my various systems for hydration, extra tubing, things like that, caps, bite valves, etc. Got a bunch of platypus bladders in here, and an Evernew 500, all kinds of Nalgene canteens and things like that. This drawer is separated by plastic bags, so I've got emergency and first aid things in here. Got some gear repair stuff here. These are buckles and different cord locks, things like that. Clips. Hygiene. So I've got my extra wet ones, hand sanitizer, towels, etc. Cords and straps, just in case I need to add something to a pack. Something like that. And then I've got a bunch of bottles here. Okay, so that's that drawer. This drawer is kind of miscellaneous. I've got bandanas, I've got my Joby Gorilla Pods, some ultralight camp shoes, which are basically slippers that I stole from a hotel in China. Camp towel, my Dry Ducks pants, ULA pack cover. This is the stuff sack that I normally carry for my accessories that I pull from here every time I go camping. As you can see, I've attached a little light to the end of the cord there, just so I can look in at night if it's dark. Got my few other dry bags and things like that here. Food. So in here I've got some extra meals from Mary Jane's or Mountain House and Cliff Bars, things like that. Up here I've got my different foam pads. In addition to the ridge rest that I have up there, I've got some shorter half pads that I use in conjunction with the Insulmat or my REI Light Core. I've also got a 3/4 length foam pad, things like that there. And here I've got my pots and some other stoves. So I've got a MSR Titan kettle, backpacking light, Firelight 550. Of course, my favorite Snow Peak 600. And these are a few Heineken pots that I've made. Got anti-gravity gear pots with cozies. This is my MSR MiniWorks X water filter. I've also got an old school XGK stove. I haven't updated yet because I still like the old one, even though it's kind of clunky and out of date, but I still like this one. So probably haven't seen one of those in a while, but it's a great stove for winter if you have to melt a lot of water. This is a stuff sack full of stuff sacks. I'm sure everyone has one of those. Some extra fuel canisters. I've also got used fuel bottles here for the white gas stove, different sizes. These are some of my fly boxes. So, for fly fishing. So, you can probably tell I like to do some saltwater fly fishing. So I've got all kinds of stuff there. But I've got everything from, steelhead and salmon flies, all the way down to San Juan worms. I've got steelhead flies, trout flies, basically probably every kind of fly you can imagine. So this is where I keep those. All my fly reels. So I've got some Hardy reels, I've got some Orvis CFOs, just a bunch of different reels here, everything from a 2-weight all the way up to a 10-weight. Good variety there. And here's some extra fly tying materials, just spools of thread and wire, things like that. Stuff that wouldn't fit up there. An epoxy dryer. This is my vise. So, What I didn't show you today is my collection of alcohol stoves. That's probably a subject for another video. Also, I keep all my backcountry clothing in different places around my apartment, so I don't keep it here. But anyway, in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this quick tour through my gear closet.